Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Thursday morning. We're back with the squad today. It's Mr. Spencer here from Road Dog Coffee and our good friend Steve Talomo from Cleve's Logistics and Drayage Junkies. We're just going to hang out for the next half an hour, maybe 40 minutes, and we're just going to shoot the breeze and talk about coffee, cigars, trucking, just whatever pops up. So y'all sit back, go fill your cup, and we'll be back here in 30 seconds. Morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Everybody caffeinated?
We are, brother.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
What are you drinking?
You know what I'm drinking. I got long haul in
Long
here.
haul.
I'm drinking Black Dog. I got my pods in the other day.
Yeah. I started with long haul and I'm on to the Highways and Heroes now.
Yeah. I love this Black Dog, man. Like I used to not like dark coffees, but my wife has always liked dark coffees, and I don't know, somewhere along the line, I guess I just started like running out of mine and started drinking hers, and so now I like dark coffees, and I like I don't know what you'd call them, Spencer. Maybe you could tell me, but I mean, I guess craft coffees, kind of like a craft beer, custom coffees. I don't know. The grocery store near us, HEB, they've got an amazing line of coffees. The only thing I don't like is they're all medium roast, but the flavor profiles are amazing, man. Vanillas and cinnamon and chocolate and oleander and all this amazing stuff. So.
Right. Yeah, it could be some single origin stuff too in there.
Yeah. So,
micro lot and different things like that. But yeah. Hey, excited. This is episode 2. So shout out to all the folks that listened last week. I think we had close to 100 listeners our first day.
We did, man. We did live. I don't know what it ended up doing views, but it was great.
Yeah, I love it. The support that we're gonna get out of this is pretty amazing. And we've got a great friend of mine and a great friend of Pedro's, Mr. Steve Talomo with Cleve's Logistics. He's a rock star in the ocean container world and has a great business going, and great to have him here with us, hanging out, having coffee, shooting the breeze, and caffeine trucking and everything else, right? So
absolutely glad to be here with you guys.
Yeah.
So it's gonna keep getting better and better. Eventually we're gonna have this whole screen full of people, dude. You know what I mean? And eventually we're going to have the Road Dog Coffee podcast studio with a freaking barista. You know what I mean? We're all going to just be sitting around a big old freaking table like on, an ESPN show, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Smoking cigars and drinking coffee.
At 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at studios now locally here and doing some things, but hey, and before we jump in, I want to also thank the folks from the Mayberry Truck Show. Bottomley Enterprises up in Mount Airy, North Carolina, does a great job with that every year. And, we had crazy support, 2 great days of phenomenal weather, and tons of people out there. I bet that thing pulled over 30,000 people at that show. It was crazy. They had 300 plus trucks that showed up. Badass trucks. You just completely chromed out, but a lot of support for Road Dog Coffee Company. A lot of people coming up, saying, "Hey, we've heard about you guys. We've seen you guys. Love the coffee. You love the mission." And I was telling them about the podcast. So hopefully they'll tune in or at least go to the channel on YouTube at Road Dog Coffee Podcast and catch an episode. But, shout out to those folks up at Mount Airy, man. They really do it right at the Mayberry Truck Show.
Yeah, man. We sad we missed that. Hunter and I wanted to go to that, but with the one coming up next weekend that I've got to go to, and then we've got Star Stripes and White Lines. I mean, I don't know. That's the sucky thing, dude. Is it always most of the time, it comes down to the freaking your travel budget. Like there's so many shows, and you can't just you can't make them all. It sucks. So I had to sit back with my case of FOMO and look at all the videos and of everyone doing it. I'll tell you, Spencer, you did some really good videos, and the friends of ours over at Real Truck Roadworks, who they did some amazing stuff. They were there too, man. And that guy's videos, whoever does their stuff, they've done some really cool things. There was a lot of trucks there that I've never seen before, man. I was looking at the videos.
Yeah, I mean, we were there last year, and last year was during the same weekend Hurricane Helene was coming through North Carolina. It was still a great turnout. I think they pulled over 24,000 people still when the sun finally came out that Friday afternoon. But there was a ton of trucks there that I didn't see last year. Some new attendees, some new redesigns. I was blown away. But we did have a rock star hanging out with us for a little bit in the booth. Old Hunter from Truck Parking Club. Hunter was over there, and he got some coffee, and he actually texted me a couple of photos the other day of he got a couple of bags of long haul, and actually took pictures of the coffee bag sitting on the beach by the ocean. He's on vacation.
Awesome.
I'm like, that's so cool, man. So yeah, I love those guys at Truck Parking Club. They do it right. And Hunter's a wild man. But anyway, so let's jump in this thing. Mr. Steve Talomo, the rock star of dredge. So tell us a little bit about Cleve's Logistics and the listeners, and kind of what brought you into trucking, what got your juices going for it. We know what got your juices going for coffee, Road Dog Coffee Company, right? So
absolutely, yeah. I got a funny coffee story too that I can share as well.
Yeah,
but,
do that. Yeah, I'd love to hear it.
But yeah, to kick off, I mean, I worked for Pepsi for 25 years, and I moved around a lot. They would move me around to different locations to do stuff, and I finally got to the point to where so I've always kind of been the supply chain and shipping part of it, and managed the operations side with trucks and whatnot for several years. And my kids were getting older. We got tired of kind of moving them around and having to find new schools and do all that. So one day I just decided, we had a port right here, the Charleston port of South Carolina. And I had a conversation with one of my managers, which was also a really good friend of mine, Clint Abernathy. And, we just came in the office one day and I said, hey, let's get into this. Let's buy some trucks and move some containers, right? And it was during kind of the COVID time where it was absolutely insane. So we went out January of 2022 and bought our first truck. Started running the operation in about March of 2022, and there was a lot of stuff about, especially with the container side of it and the drayage side of it, that I didn't know. So for the first year, we had a double bunk Kenworth T680 sleeper cab. So for the first year, I actually ran in the truck. He drove the truck. I did all the office stuff, and I rode in the truck with him for the first year. And just to learn the business, right? Both inside, because as we started to grow, I wanted to make sure that I knew, everything about it as I was training people and onboarding people. So we did that for a year. And then since then we've added some trucks, added a couple owner operators. And then recently here, almost a year now, we've actually expanded into the broker side of it as well. We still mainly focus on drayage, but obviously some of our customers also do other stuff.
Right.
So we dabble in that as well. So drayage, I just enjoy it. So it's a love-hate relationship that carriers and trucking companies will have, right? Some people want to stay the hell away from it and don't want anything to do with it. Once you kind of master it, it's a good industry to be in.
Yeah, it is. It's a great industry. And you were starting in 2020, and I was working on my exit during that same time with Allstate Express, and working on firing up Road Dog Coffee Company. That's kind of all around that time frame is when it all started with with that. But well, that's awesome. I mean, because that was during that 2020 year, it was pretty challenging. I know it was challenging for us at Allstate Express too, just because we weren't serving the essential needs folks. That wasn't our customer base,
Right.
So, but yeah, well, that's awesome though. I mean, it's great. It's great that you're contributing to trucking and doing your thing.
Well, and we were so focused on customer service and coming from the corporate side of the industry for so long, right? I mean, customer service was embedded in us.
Right.
So when we first came over here, right, I struggled at first because all everybody wanted to talk about was what's your cheapest rate? What's your cheapest rate? It was all about the cheapest rate. Nobody talked about customer service, right? And time after time, we would get all these last minute, hey, urgent, hot shot, hey, need to pull this today. Today's the last free day. And Clint and I talked and we're like, how are these people not, planning this out? Like, why is everything so last minute here? Well, and I found out, I mean, during that time, rates were so high that a carrier would book something. And then if something else came along that was a little bit more, they'd cancel on it. Yep. And, so we started giving those people, kind of names, kind of that cutthroat trucking, right? Because it was like they would go after this cheap freight to get it, but then when something else came along, they just cancel it, and then it would end up costing the company money. So we stuck to our ground, and regardless of if we booked it cheap or whatnot, I mean, we stuck to it. And probably in June of 2022 is when we got our first direct customer, not doing anything with a brokerage or anything, our direct customer, and we still have that customer today. And it's a metal recycling company, and we were able to keep them. But I think the main part was because, we were loyal back then. We didn't dump them.
Yeah.
And our rates have been fair. So.
Well, that's pretty great. Well, you know what? Mugs up, Pedro, mugs up on that one. You still got his customer mugs up. So.
But when we first started, we went and bought a single pod, a single cup Carrick machine to have inside the truck. And every morning I'd jump in the truck and Clint would start driving. I'd start whipping up coffee. And real quick we learned, and this time it was before we knew about Road Dog. So I won't talk about the competitors that the crap we used to drink. We'll just call it brown water because it wasn't really coffee once you start drinking Road Dog coffee. But we started drinking that, and then we realized that I couldn't make it quick enough, right, with a single pot. So every morning when I'd get to the truck, Clint would come out. He'd have a 30-ounce thing of coffee for me, 30-ounce for him, and we'd go on the day and start it. And then at some point is when I found Road Dog Coffee, and I think it was actually through the lounge. I think that's how I met you and met Road Dog Coffee. It might have been at one of the trade shows. I'm not sure, but. And then we started drinking Long Haul. And what I loved about Long Haul was, number one, I can order it online and I could subscribe to it, right? And it would just get mailed to my house. But if I didn't, and then my issue that I had was I always found myself giving it away. So people would ask about it and I'd give away one of my bags. And I was like, oh crap, now I got to order more. Well, then I found out that the one of your customers that you have, which is Lowe's grocery store, they're right down the street from my house. Well, they sell it there. They have Long Haul and they have Black Dog. So as I was giving away my subscription order, I knew I could still go down there and get some more. So
that's awesome.
But I love the taste of it, right? I mean, I wouldn't just drink it just because of what you guys do for the industry, but it's a great tasting coffee. I love it. I actually was at my in-laws a couple weeks ago and I had to drink something that wasn't Long Haul. And I was like, yeah, this is why I switched. You can taste the difference. So I can tell the difference. But I love what you guys do, right? The passion behind what you do for truckers, for the highway heroes. I mean, it's more than just coffee. It's the mission that you guys do over there. And, I'm all about, number one, having a great coffee, but number two, giving back to a great cause that's supporting the industry.
Yeah. And, part of the whole thing was with launching this was just not to where drivers could get a good premium cup of coffee to take on the road with them, but it's also the awareness thing because, rolling back to 2020, that's what really kind of gave me the idea to do this during COVID, because every time you turn on the TV, it was always about, our trucking industry and our truckers, or heroes and different things. And, 21 rolls around, they're like the forgotten man and woman again. And you just, there's no pandemics, there's no natural disasters, there's really nothing major going on, nothing going on to where, truckers have to be, I mean, they're kind of like first responders, because like in a natural disaster, if you got your immediate first responders, you're the citizens of the immediate area, right?
Mm-hmm.
They respond like that. Then you've got your true first responders, your badge wearing. Then you've got, other people, but then the trucking industry are responding too. They're like first responders, because they're bringing in the generators, they're bringing in the bottled waters, they're bringing in the things that are much needed to those affected areas. So so I wanted to kind of keep that trucking in the limelight with the general public, because, and we do it through coffee, because everybody drinks coffee, at least every normal person drinks coffee. But no,
I don't know how people start their day without drinking coffee.
So, but if you're not serving trucking, you're not in the industry, you're still drinking coffee. So we want to produce a very good premium cup of coffee for those folks and keep the bags in front of them. It's educational. There's stuff on the back of the bag that correlates to the front of the bag. So it's, we wanted to kind of keep that mission going as to the general public. But going back to Cleve's, when you started that, because I know it's when I started Road Dog Coffee Company, it's kind of like that even to this day. I mean, it's scary as hell,
Mm-hmm.
because anytime you launch something, and I would roast coffee at home in a sample roaster, for years, and just kind of testing, just kind of playing around like a mad scientist here and there. But because I've always had a passion for coffee and obviously trucking, but I didn't grow up in coffee. I wasn't a farmer. I wasn't somebody who's roasted coffee for, in a coffee roasting facility or a coffee. I didn't, that was not my background. Right. So it was like self-educated. So anytime you launch something, it's scary as hell. I mean, it'll scare the shit out of you. So when you were doing Cleve's, when you guys were doing that, I know you had some moments, and like, did you ever second guess yourself when you were really getting into it? And,
I never really second guessed myself. Like, we did have several of those moments. And the one scary thing for me and my family, and thankfully I have a wife that supports me in all my crazy ideas. I've been the sole provider for my family for the last 16 years.
Right.
Just my wife taught for 11 years. She got her master's in education. And when we had our first son, Ethan, which a lot of you guys know, she decided to stay home, be a stay-at-home mom. So for me being, in corporate America, had a steady job, obviously, Pepsi's not going anywhere, right? So, I mean, it was a steady job, good benefits and all that stuff coming in, to just one day, just, changing all that with 100% counting on myself and my business partner to make sure that we keep food on the table for both of our families and the people that we employ to run the trucks. I mean, it was scary, right? Once kind of COVID, that the spike kind of dropped off, right? And the mileage rate kind of dropped off and supply kind of dropped off, right? I mean, you took almost half of our gross net, and, running the same business, I mean, it almost got cut in half with our, with the rate drops and even the supply. So, there's definitely been some ups and downs in it. But it's just learning, right? And I've been an entrepreneur since I was, I think, 14 years old, right? So being an entrepreneur and being stuck in corporate America was the hardest thing for anybody, right? I mean, when you have the drive to do your own kind of thing. So, but yeah, I mean, there was definitely some learning curves. We had some challenges, and we still do today, right? I mean, there's always things that come along with being a business owner, and but when you're passionate about what you do, and like I am right now with trucking, with drayage, I mean, everything you do, I mean, even from the different podcasts I'm on, right? I jump on with Pedro and those guys and talk. We go to the truck shows now. We've built a huge friendship between a lot of us, and we help and support each other. So I know that I kind of have a little bit of comfort to know that if if struggles happen, right? I know that I've got a huge network of people in this industry that I've met through Rob and in Hunter in the lounge, and the different people that I've met, that I know that I'll be all right.
Yeah. Well, that's what it's all about, is creating friendships and close knit networks. And just supporting each other. That's what it's all about. And I'll tell you, I mean, I love the support that you guys have shown the Road Dog Coffee. I think it's amazing. And other people outside of our little network. I mean, it's been great. I mean, it really has. And, and now with the Amazon thing, being on Amazon, having the store there, soon to be on Target and Walmart's websites, it's really cool to get that, that people are starting to recognize Road Dog Coffee as a real brand, and it's there's something behind this thing, and it's really cool. And that, and we're going to be, we mentioned Stars and Stripes, so we'll be there at Stars and Stripes in Atlanta. We're going to have Road Dog Coffee Company, and then right beside of us, we're also going to have our Road Dog Cigar Company. So we're going to be selling cigars, some merchandise, ashtrays, metal signs, and so we had a lot of interest in that at the Mayberry Truck Show. A lot of people were asking about the cigars. I talked to them, and they're like, "Well, do you have some here to sell today?" I'm like, "No, but we'll have some in Atlanta, for sale." And we've got a Highways and Heroes long haul and a Black Dog cigar, and all of our
awesome too. I love the wraps on them.
Yeah, and everything's 10-year age tobacco. And it's our proprietary blends. We've got a manufacturer who's fourth generation out of the Dominican Republic. And they're truly a boutique cigar company, premium cigar company. They sell a lot of tobacco to LFD, Padron, and all the other big major brands out there. But they're one of the few manufacturers that actually age their tobacco for 10 years. So these cigars that we're coming out with are not your fly-by-night, gimmicky, got a cool wrapper on it type cigar. These are legit. This is the real deal. And they are phenomenal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
When you were talking too about kind of partners and stuff like that, we own Cleve's Logistics, but we also launched about a year ago now, year and a half ago, we launched a company called AR Doc Pro.
Oh, yeah.
It was originally designed for accounts receivable. And I realized that there was just a total small business need. So we launched stuff like website design and IT support and whatnot. And then probably about 4 months ago, we launched truckingnewshub.com.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember talking to my brother right off the bat, and I was like, man, because we started, once we launched it and started getting a huge crowd over there, we decided to run some sponsor pages. And I remember having a conversation with my brother, and I was like, well, I definitely want to have a conversation with Spencer, with Road Dog, because what goes better with news than coffee?
Right.
I really appreciate, the partnership on that side of it that we have with you guys. Because again, when you're, thinking about sitting, back before the digital times, right? You were sitting down with a paper newspaper, and you had your newspaper in your hand in the morning, and you had your cup of coffee. So
that's right.
That's a great partnership we have over there.
And I did hear with AR Doc Pro, and you guys do a phenomenal job over there, by the way. There were some kind of little podunk coffee brand that you guys did something for, I guess, and you kind of host their website. Who is that little rinky-dink coffee company that you guys are doing stuff with AR Doc Pro again? I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, that was that Road Dog Coffee Company. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. We found a few issues, and with the owner,
the biggest.
CEO.
I'm about to say the biggest issue is probably the owner. He's a nutball, man.
And he reached out to us and said, "Hey, I've got this website, but I got some glitches in it. Can you help us fix that?" So and
you guys did fix it. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And we've got some more stuff to do with it. So get your mind sharpened on that one. We want to do some additions to it. Hopefully here in the near future. We're actually in the process of working on another coffee well, we may have 3 that we're going to be working on pretty soon. One of them is in the works now, so we'll have to add that to the site. And then I actually had a phone call that I was on yesterday with a pretty big influencer, and we may end up doing something with them and doing a coffee bag for them as well. So yeah, a lot of good things in the works, man. And it's great. It's great that we've got the support, from AR Doc Pro to kind of make the changes that we need made, and look for those, like you said, look for those little cracks in the pavement that need to be filled. And
that's one of the things that when we added that element to the company, right? It was number one, we can build stand-up websites from scratch for you, but we realized that a lot of people have websites they've already created through either other people that built them for them. But there's so much that's back there with code that it's very easy to get stuff messed up, right?
Oh yeah.
And, to be able to get in there and just find all, and again, I don't do this, right? This is 100% IT Brian that does all this in the background. Right. I just all the credit for it, but I don't do a damn thing. But to be able to go in there and just find stuff with code, right? I mean, like simple stuff like your shopping cart that was up top that wouldn't let it, fix it the way it needed, and just little things like that. It's all about code.
So well, now it turns orange. You mentioned the shopping cart. So now when somebody puts something in the shopping cart, so it's kind of like a truck sitting there idle in a truck stop, right? As soon as something happens to it, you turn the switch, it fires up everything. So everything fires up orange. That you got fire in the engine, everything fires. So it's kind of like with the shopping cart, and that was actually, I don't know if. I think that was your idea or Brian's. It wasn't mine. I know that.
It was 100% IT Brian.
Yeah. So that was a cool little feature just to kind of do that. So when you put something in the cart, it turns orange. So it lets you know, hey, there's something going on here.
I remember the orange. I remember the orange too, because like throughout the whole website, there was like 3 or 4 different oranges, right? So you sent us the actual orange code, the color code, and then he just went in and changed it to where the whole entire website flagged, the same orange. So it's little details like that people go onto a website and they don't always realize, because you can get in there and build. You can build a lot of these yourself, right? I mean, a lot of companies do it, and there's services out there where it's kind of manual, self whatever. But when you start really putting a whole bunch of stuff together, it can get to the eye, right? You can catch a lot of that. And that's
it's important to partner with somebody who pays attention to those details. It's kind of like, with Cleve's logistics and you've got to pay attention to the details.
Oh yeah.
You got to do it. I don't care if it is something as simple as a smidgen off in a color on a website.
Yep.
You got to pay attention to the detail. That's really important. Really important.
Well, it's listen to the customers, right? I mean,
right.
There's I don't know which website builder it is, but somebody we know that's in the trucking business has a website that was built by them, and it's it's supposed to be 2 capital letters is their name, right? And it's capital letter, the and symbol, and the other capital letter. Well, throughout the entire website, the second letter is lowercase, and it's because they put an auto format in the site when whoever built it, and it fed that through the entire website. And it's something as simple as they haven't been able to get the company to fix it. Little small details like that we talk about people's brand, right? Just imagine like your Road Dog Coffee brand and the D and dog being lowercase, where all the rest of it is uppercase, right? It would would throw it off on your website if that was incorrect. And that's what a lot of these AI driven, think anytime you've gone in and asked AI to do something and it's spelled it 100% correctly the first time, or the grammar's correct, right? AI is not 100% there yet. So people that are using that service to build their websites and to do stuff like that, there's errors that can get in there.
You still have to have the human touch. Yep. I mean, it's, you still got that. You got to have the human touch, and that's important. But Pedro, you've been pretty quiet, my brother.
I'm just listening, bro. I'm just listening. I'm just production. That's all I am. This is your
I don't
show.
think you've had well, I mean, hey, it's our show.
No, man, I'm
I don't
honestly
think,
I'm tired, bro. They up my dose on my medicine, and like one of the biggest side effects of this is extreme tiredness. So
Yeah.
like bro, I am so tired, and it sucks because I know I'll level out my dosage like this week, maybe next week. It usually takes about a month for you to level
Right,
out, and
right.
then they're going to step me up to the final dosage level. So I'm just going to go through this shit all over again. I hate, like, that's the thing I hate worse about this and the nausea. You get nauseous for like no fucking reason, bro. None at all.
Right.
And I get what I call the Thanksgiving feeling, which is where like you feel like you just ate, and I just ate an entire Thanksgiving meal, but I haven't eaten anything at all. So yeah,
Well,
I am freaking tired, bro.
And
Robinson, it's always good to see you, sir. Thanks for tuning in.
oh, yeah, I never knew this. I actually learned about it last year. Because, 'cause I've always been in with, health and fitness, and love to work out. But turkey has got a natural uh, uh, chemical, I guess, in it that will actually tire you out.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, turkey is great for you. I'm not going to discount turkey. I mean, eat all the turkey you can. It's great protein. It's very lean. It's very healthy. But if you do eat a lot of turkey, make sure you drink a lot of black dog too. That high caffeine to kind of offset that. What do you think, Pedro?
Dude, I wish there was something that would offset this. I have tried everything. The only thing that helps is vitamin K. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but like, dude, I take a not just a B vitamin, I take a B complex, which is like B6,
Right.
B12, all kinds of other shit, dude. I drink couple cups of coffee, and like the sucky thing with me is I'm ADHD, so like caffeine really doesn't do much to me. Energy drinks, they really don't do shit to me. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I don't know. It sucks, bro. It's great. I'm losing weight and everything, but like I tell people, I mean, everyone who knows me knows I'm a ball of energy. And so like there is nothing like knowing you have all this energy, but like you feel so tired. It's like so
Yeah.
like I'm trapped inside myself, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, I get it. Hey, I've been there, done that. It's
Um,
just,
Adam, send that to me again. I don't know if you're being serious. I'll look it up, but dude, I know. Say no to drugs. Well, this drug literally saved my life. So probably, per my doctor, I was not going to make it to C50 if I would have stayed on the path that I was freaking on. So
yeah.
I needed to lose some weight really fucking fast, and this has really helped me. So, but so
Well, that's
say
good.
nothing
Well,
about that.
just stay the course, and
Oh yeah. It's just,
you'll
dude,
get through it.
it just, I mean, it's medication, bro. It just sucks. Funny, I just did I just recorded a podcast with the lady the other day. She has actually, they just gave her this medication and stuff, and I was telling her about it. She's like, oh my god, I'm dealing with that right now. She's on week 1. Literally right before the show, I typed her out, I don't know, like a mini novel of, hey, this is all the stuff that I've dealt with, and this is all the things that help it, and this is
Right.
all the stuff that you're going to need to be on the lookout for. So, but again, hey, it's good, man. It's it helped me. So, but yeah, I am fucking tired.
Well, and as we this is our second episode. So as we get into this, we're going to do some more. I've got a buddy of mine that I'm going to bring on that's in the health and fitness space for trucking. He's doing a lot of great things with it, and we're going to have segments around it. Just talking about the vitamins. Getting enough creatine in your body to different things when you're out on the road that can actually help you. Nitric oxide is a great one that I encourage everybody to take nitric oxide. But yeah, I mean, as we get into this, we've got a lot of great stuff coming. But there's one thing that I do want to bring to everybody's attention is, I know we're going to wrap up here soon, but that coffee bag right there, our Women Truckers coffee bag, you notice it's pink, right? We launched that last year in October for cancer awareness, and we're in Cancer Awareness Month, right? So we've got some future guests coming on next week, the week after, the rest of October. A lot of female drivers and females that are in the industry. One in particular is a good friend of mine. She was a cancer survivor, and she's going to come on and have a conversation. But I want to encourage everybody to go to roaddogcoffee.com and grab. We've got it in whole bean or ground, the Women Truckers Coffee. Give back to breast cancer, or if you've had somebody in your family that's been affected by cancer, that was a female, pay homage to it, support it. It's an evil thing. My grandmother actually died of pancreatic. She had breast cancer, had one removed, then died of pancreatic cancer, but so cancer's, it's a bad thing. It affects a lot of people. But we are in Cancer Awareness Month, so let's pay homage to our females out there in the industry, and
well said. Yeah, bro. And when you go to Road Dog, we're gonna keep this promo going. You go to Road Dog right now. Spencer has a special on there. You get 20% off your first bag, but you could just pay full price, right? But if you don't want to, you could do that. And if it's your second or third order, you can use code Lounge15 to get yourself 15% off, or you could just pay full price. You could just do that.
Yeah, I like full price better, but no,
I do too, bro.
But but I'm going to tell you, as we close this thing out, I want folks to definitely check out Steve and Cleve's Logistics. Get a relationship with that guy. He's badass people, and if you got to have that, you got to have that website rework or something from the ground up. AR Doc Pro is legit, folks. I'm telling you right now, they're a badass company. They're solid. Because I wouldn't touch them if they weren't. And I'm my stepdad was Special Forces, so I kind of grew up in that whole. But everything's got to be perfect, meticulous. Just that spot on. Very disciplined, and they do a great job. I can tell you that right now. So you got to go check out AR Doc Pro. And hey, give Cleve's Logistics some business so he can buy more coffee.
I appreciate that.
Got to have more coffee, But I love you guys, and I hate that we're having to wind it down, man. This is a lot of fun doing this, but I know people's got more important things to do than listening to our three mugs talk.
I know. I mean, we're pretty boring,
Yeah. Hey, it's going to get better.
Nothing interesting to talk about.
It's going to get better. Maybe we'll do an episode and get real controversial. We'll have people wanting the gun at us and stuff one day.
We'll bring on rival coffee manufacturers. I'm joking.
That's right. We'll talk shit about them.
We'll have a taste testing and pay off all the taste testers to say their coffee tastes like crap.
Yeah.
Let me know too, Spencer, if you this month as you're doing the cancer awareness. I have a friend of mine that her dad was in the trucking industry. She actually did a show with us on Drayage Junkies with when we had Tony Justice on leading up to the show in Bristol. Rochelle came on with us. She's a breast cancer survivor as well. So I'd love to give her the opportunity to come on as well.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, we've got. I'd like to. It'd be really cool to take the rest of this month and let's showcase that and put some emphasis on our ladies out there who are involved in the industry and contributing and just being rock stars, and whether they're affected by cancer or not. They I'm sure know somebody who was, but yeah, I'd love to have her come on. Okay. We'll talk after this and we'll line that up. Definitely do that. Pedro, what's on the show coming up for Logistics Lounge this week?
Let's see. Tomorrow, we've got another charity coming on. Diane, she was actually on as news several weeks back, and Truckers Relief Fund, they're going to come on and actually be our guest, talk about all the amazing things that they're doing. So that'll be tomorrow. And then next week, we got the one, the only Trucker G. He's coming on the show. If you don't know who that is, he is big on Facebook. Go follow him. He's got quite a following there. Wonderful, wonderful guy. Yeah. And and then next weekend, we're going to be at Dragging and Pulling in the Pines, man. We officially became media for them, so that'll be great. And we're going to do a Freestyle Friday. So next Friday, Spence, you got to come on and hang out with Hunter and Steve and everybody, dude. We're going to be live at the dude. They're doing it's a truck show, but they're also doing semi-truck drag races. And Friday is the test and tune. So yeah, it's going to be cool, man. You got to come on and watch that, man. I should have, dang it. Now that I think about it, I should have got you to send me send me some coffee so I could pass some coffee out there.
Yeah, we can probably get you some. And, you talk about the drag thing. There's on TikTok, there's a group that I like to watch some of their videos. It's called Patriot T-Rex.
I've never heard of them.
Yeah, Patriot. I think it's Patriot T-Rex. Mm-hmm. It's like truck pulls. They got some like badass tractors out there pulling this, the sleds, and they've got some actually. Yeah. They had one on there last night. It was an old, an old, I think, like 19 freaking 40 some, 50 some. It was an old, like a pickup truck that was, retroed, and it was sitting there pulling that sled. Sounded badass, but. Yeah, you ought to check them out on the on TikTok. They've got some pretty cool stuff out there.
I'm gonna Patriot TXM. I'm gonna go check it out.
I think that's it. The logo is orange. It looks like a gear around it. It's got Patriot T-Rex. I think that's right. If not, I'll find it and tell you guys on the next week. But pretty cool stuff. But anyway, well, so Cleve's Logistics, Steve Talomo, you got a lot of work to do today. I'm sure you got a lot of freight to haul and a lot of phone calls to make.
Just a few boxes to move around. That's all.
That's right. Just a few, and Pedro, you have yourself a great day, and everybody who's out there in the trucking industry, in the trucking world, and, stay safe and love your truckers, and go to roaddogcoffee.com and grab some coffee and support the industry that you are in.
Cheers, fellas.
100%.
All right, guys. Until next week, we love you guys very much, and mugs up. And
mugs up. I'm gonna turn mine around so I can represent my boys that eat carrier check there.
And stay caffeinated, America. Stay caffeinated. Caffeine's good for you. Don't let people lie to you. It's good for you.
You heard it from Dr. Squire over here.
That's right.
Oh man. Well, Spencer, Steve, we appreciate man, it's a good time, man. And Spencer said, everyone have a great rest of your day. If you're on the roads, be safe, stay caffeinated, and we will see you here next Thursday, 8 Central, 9 Eastern, with another wonderful guest. I think Spencer said we're going to have some ladies on and highlight some cancer awareness stuff. So
if you go to roaddogcoffee.com, sign up and subscribe, and you'll get the newsletter. And keep in tune for the we send out an update on Sunday, and then Tuesday of the guests coming on as like a reminder for the Road Dog Coffee podcast. But go on there and stay in tune with what we've got going on, new products, new things coming out, and just stay close to the vest with Road Dog Coffee Company.
Oh yeah, great way to close it out. As Adam said, it's a superfood. That's right. Coffee.
It is a superfood, and it's natural and it's organic. It's not injected with crap. It's just straight out of the ground.
There you go. All right, everybody, have yourself a good one. We're going to be out of here again, as our good friend Spencer says. Stay caffeinated, everybody.
That's right.